How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the S&G Podcast. Finally doing another one of these after like a fucking year. Um,
Two.
yeah, probably 2 years. So I'm gonna try to do this monthly thing. We're here with the bringing in the end of the month of January of 2021 because last year fucking sucked. Uh, but anyway, I'm as usual. I'm your host. I'm Jake, the host, otherwise known as the Mad Italian. With me, I got Ethan.
Hi, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday to Ethan. And we got everyone's favorite uh, conspiracy theorist. We got Gabe.
Slash pessimistic.
What?
You're
Conspiracy theorist.
a bit of a conspiracy theorist. Don't lie to me.
But
Guess so.
with how deep you go into everything, yes, I think I would say that's appropriate for you.
Oh, I get into monologues. I monologue, but I mean, I guess all right. Yeah, I'm a conspiracy. Okay.
You're
shut up.
you're a super villain. You just go into monologues all the time.
Hey, what can I say? It's in my blood.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
guess
know
so.
it is.
But anyway, it's been yeah. Well, I guess right off the bat, did you guys hear about the fucking GameStop stock market?
Dude, I was telling Gabe about that before we joined the call. Yeah, as an amateur stock trader, it's fucking bananas.
Fucking Reddit actually did something cool for once.
They stuck it to the man. It was fascinating.
Yeah, even that I like how I did see a tweet saying apparently Discord had a problem with it. Like Discord was
Discord had to take down one of their servers that was directly linked to it.
oh, that's unfortunate. Wow, what a bunch of fucking corpo cocksuckers.
They went the corpo route.
Yeah, I guess so. Fucking fuck corpos.
Hey,
Why? It's true.
I went corpo first.
Well, that was your mistake. That was his mistake.
Thank you.
That was his mistake. Uh, what's up? Did you hear about that, Gabe?
No.
Yeah, GameStop. So basically, Reddit they just
No, I heard about that. I just don't know what that was his mistake. I don't know
oh,
what
it's
that is.
it's from Big Hero 6. It's a clip from Big Hero 6 where he's like, "That was his mistake."
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah,
sure
that
they're
was
gonna get that reference.
yeah. Well, no one ever does. No one gets any of my references.
I do.
Sometimes Ethan does, but other than that, but
Very free to get your references.
yeah, I thought that was pretty cool because I remember like always thinking that GameStop was like really close to going under.
Oh no, it's still gonna go under. This bubble is going to pop.
Yeah,
And
but it's probably gone at least like maybe another year of surviving.
no, no,
No, not even that.
it's gonna pop so hard, and then everyone is gonna lose so much money because those idiots didn't sell.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, hey, I guess we can take this little time we have with it.
Oh yeah, no, this is gonna be hilarious.
When was the last time you guys bought like a physical copy of a game?
Mm.
Persona
Cyberpunk.
5 in 2020.
Yeah.
So
I
not
got
too long ago.
Cyberpunk last year, so yeah.
Oh,
But if I had
that's
known
right, you
that
did.
digital, but if I had known that digital Persona 5 was the same price as in-house, I would have just gone digitally.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause now with my discless PS5, I can't play Persona 5.
oh, really? Is 5 not is like the original 5 not backwards compatible?
No, it's backwards compatible, but I have it on disc.
Oh, you do. Oh, that's unfortunate.
And it's not letting me digitally download it off my library because Sony's being a prick.
That is annoying. Yeah, that's Sony for you. But did you? And you, Gabe, you said Cyberpunk was the last physical game you got,
Mm-hmm.
and you got
fucking played it.
and you got down to PS4. That was a rookie mistake.
Oh yeah, it was a rookie mistake believing. Yeah, sure. Lies from a company that has lied before.
Yeah.
I saw this coming.
I mean,
I mean-
AAA studios lie. What else is new?
They're not AAA, are they?
I
Oh no,
mean,
they're definitely triple A
yeah.
by now.
Now they are.
Oh.
Up to Witcher, would you say they're triple? Would you say they were triple A at Witcher 3's release?
Like after, like a couple years after Witcher 2 is when they rightfully became Witchers. I mean, that's rightfully when they became AAA.
Interesting. Okay.
Witcher A, yeah, that's the best one.
Witcher A.
I'm just gonna wait till I get a PS5 to play the damn thing.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm just gonna wait until it's updated enough. Which, by then, I'm sure it'll be the game that it's meant to be.
Yeah.
By the time you're able to get a PS5 in stock, if they ever do it, it'll definitely be updated to optimal capabilities.
Yeah, they actually announced today that they have modding support now. Like they actually came out with tools for it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Just let the fans do it.
Yeah, and of course people are already giving criticism. It's like, oh, you're just doing the Bethesda method now. Just let the fans fix it. I'm like, yeah, well, there's more to mods than just fixing the game, guys. Okay.
Yeah. There's third-person modding and pregnant V.
And pregnant fucking. It's so fucking weird, dude. That's so weird.
Jake, give me a little tour of the mods, Gabriel.
I've been looking through some of the mods, and some of them are pretty cool. I will say, like there already is like the optimization thing that obviously it doesn't fix everything, but it does make the game run better. But I see like there's already swapping, like model swapping, so people have been like swapping fucking models so that they can like bang the robots and shit. It's so fucking weird.
Bang Atom Smasher.
Oh, that's already a thing.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. So, yeah, I wonder like what the future of mods for that game will be, because I remember like the mods for The Witcher were pretty tame for the most part. Like
yeah, from what I've seen, didn't really see much.
Yeah, because I've only really seen like a couple mods where there's just like hell, I even think there's just console commands that's like the main big mod, like where you can just switch to playing as Siri when you want. But other than that, I don't really know that many big mods.
Sound like Skyrim.
Yeah, exactly, which is just a modding playground.
Skyrim is so fun with mods.
Yeah.
Skyrim is just fucking fun. I can't believe I'm saying that and we're recording. Fuck.
I mean, yeah, wow, a game is fun. What, you think people are going to hate you for that?
We're not allowed to like Skyrim. We're not allowed to like Bethesda.
Yeah, I guess not.
It's just nuts.
I mean, well, I guess we can go into this next topic where we got Bethesda making a new Indiana Jones game.
Right. And with Machine Games at the helms, I'm pretty interested.
Is it Machine Games?
Yes, the guys behind Wolfenstein.
Okay. I played like 5 minutes of one of the Wolfenstein games, and I didn't really play that much of it. So
How come?
I don't know. I just started playing it, and then I was like, all right, that's enough of this, and then I stopped playing it. I don't know. So, did you ever play it?
No, never touched it. I've been more of a Doom guy.
Yeah.
I should put Doom Eternal on my PS5. I bet that would look awesome.
Yeah. Well, what'd you play on before?
PS4.
Oh, okay.
Switch.
I mean, Doom 2016.
No, it actually looks really good on Switch.
2016 worked well on the Switch.
And Eternal, I mean, I've seen way worse ports on PS4s.
Yeah.
Panic Button worked their heart out on that one. I mean, sure, it's 30 FPS and slightly graphically downgraded, but it looks overall pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean that just happens with a lot of Nintendo games. Speaking of which, have you guys ever played Black Ops? I played the first Black Ops on the Wii, and
I don't think I've ever owned or really played a COD.
Oh, really? You never played
Played
COD?
GoldenEye Reloaded on the Wii.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. Not because you played on the Wii, but because you played GoldenEye Reloaded.
It was one of the few games that I enjoyed on the Wii. I'm not gonna lie. I played the hell out of that game with my friends.
Yeah, that was.
It was not good, but I enjoyed it.
No, it's a bad game you enjoy, and those are the best.
Yeah. God, what would you guys say is like the shittiest game that you enjoy?
Give me a minute. Let me think. Because as a kid, the list is a mile long, but as I older, give me a minute. Let me think. There's probably a couple. Let me go digging. Splatoon is a lot of fun. I just love digging on kids with that game.
Yeah, I never played Splatoon.
That's the only time I like digging with kids.
Huh? Thank you, Gabe.
You know what? I enjoyed the first Battlefront because it was like the only Star Wars, EA Battlefront, because it was one of the only Star Wars games that were out at the time.
Yeah, and that
I
was
was
like
like, it's Star Wars. I'm playing it with my friends. Fine.
that was the thing. The thing about the first Battlefront game is that it sucked, and everyone talked shit on it, but we all still played it.
It's true.
Yeah.
So
it was all we had.
You can't argue with numbers. I mean, what? That was the first Star Wars game in like 7 years at the time.
Too damn long.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like a few years, but yeah.
Because the last game that was released at the time was Force Unleashed 2. 3. Yeah, 3. If only 3 happened.
Yeah, we never got... 2 ends on a cliffhanger, regardless of what ending you get. That's crazy.
I don't know. I still think that should have just been a one-game type of thing.
Really?
Just because, like, 2 was... It felt very unnecessary, in my opinion.
Why do you think it's unnecessary?
Just because he dies at the end. Spoiler
or
alert.
you can kidnap Vader.
Or you what?
Or you can kidnap Vader.
No, I'm talking about the first game.
Oh,
Didn't
okay.
he die at the end of the first game?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he died at the end of the first game, and then they would just bring him back.
Wait, I thought he died at the end of the first game.
Yes, that's what I said. I said he died at the first game, and then they bring him back in the second game.
And then he dies at the end of the second game.
He can die in the end of the second game. There's one ending where he does.
There's 3 endings, right? You either like go to you capture him, you become the Sith Stalker, or you die. Correct?
Well, no. Well, one of the endings. This is Force Unleashed 2, right?
Yes.
Talking about one ending, you capture Vader and you take him on their ship, and then there's like a glimpse where you see Boba Fett chasing after them, and that's the cliffhanger that they ended on. And then there's another ending where he dies, like Galen Merrick, he dies, and then there's a clone of him that basically becomes the new apprentice and hunts down the rebels.
Interesting.
And that was like the non-canon ending. Well, I mean, the whole thing's non-canon anymore, but you know.
Right.
So he dies at the end of the first game, is what you're saying?
Yes, he does die at the end of the first game.
Cool.
And that was like the good ending where he dies starting the rebellion. So if we're gonna continue on the topic of Star Wars, I know Ubisoft is making a new game.
Yeah, but it's an open world game by Ubisoft.
Yeah, I know. I'm not exactly like excited about it.
I'm just glad that other companies will be able to play around with Star Wars.
That's true.
That's the real good thing here is that we have more companies other than EA making Star Wars games.
That is a relief.
So, I mean, what's a good game that Ubisoft makes?
I heard that the Greek god game, Immortals, Phoenix, something.
Oh,
I heard that was good.
What is that?
Genshin Impact.
Yes. Fucking that's the one made by Nintendo, right? With that blonde character, I don't know.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know his name. Geralt of Rivia. I don't fucking know.
Zelda. That was his name.
Oh yes, of course. It's like a mobile game too, right? Man, fucking Nintendo's going crazy with their partnerships.
Exclusives, yeah.
Going on PC too. Not even Atlas can do that.
That hurts.
Well, it's true.
I know, but still.
God, fucking. I'm glad I'm not getting ads for Genshin, but I can. With the little exposure I've had with the community of that game, it's something else.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
What type of awful are we talking? Are we talking like a Star Wars awful or a My Hero type?
I mean, I would say it's like a typical anime My Hero type of fan base.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which it's what Attack on Titan used to be.
Okay.
So,
I got you now.
Yeah. And that's a good segue. We got the final season of Attack on Titan, but yeah.
Tell Jake what manga you're reading.
Oh, I just started reading Berserk.
Oh God, Jesus, you're in for a fucking ride.
Yeah.
How far have you gotten?
Oh, I only barely started the first issue, but I have the collection of volumes. I'm just gonna read it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the artwork is amazing.
It's really cool.
That's a way to describe it.
Yeah, I gotta say, because whoever does the illustrations for that manga, they do a fantastic job, because it's a good manga, like it really is.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing
wanting to get into it.
Have the belly for it.
I'm guessing you've already been exposed to the fucked up shit that goes on in that.
I have not.
How?
What do you mean how? I haven't.
You started. I thought you said you haven't started reading it.
No, pretty much no, I haven't.
Okay.
But I've read. I flipped through it, and the very first thing I saw, it was the very first page of the book, and it was a main character. I don't know his name. He was having sex with this what he thought was a woman or something like that, but it's actually a demon. It's like his perspective, it looks like a beautiful woman, but it's actually this fucked up looking demon.
Yeah.
So it's a succubus.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
All right.
It sounds like the extent.
That's one way to start it. Okay.
That's the extent of that whole fucking series. I mean, hell, even his origin, Guts' whole origin is that he was born from.
Well, okay.
I won't say it then. Fine.
I'm about to read it. You're about to tell me the story.
Jane is like the most spoiler-sensitive person I know.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Well, it's not the. I mean, I am sensitive to spoilers because I don't understand that. I don't understand why people are just completely okay with getting an entire story, or even just like the story itself spoiled. Just read it or watch it or whatever.
So that way they can actually look at something a bit more objectively, and I don't want to say with a cynical expression, but they know what to expect, so they can study it better.
I mean,
if you already watched it, then you would be able to do that in the first place.
I mean,
well, then part of people's perception is based on a first impression. And so if your first impression of something is with like a plot twist, then people are going to naturally view it differently. Whereas if you know about the plot twist, they can look at the story as a whole, see how the plot twist works its way into the story, and view it a bit more objectively.
You could do that on a second viewing or a second reading, though. That's what I'm saying.
I know what I'm trying to say is I think it's ridiculous too. I'm just explaining why.
Yeah, I will say that's how my mom is. Whenever we watched the Mandalorian, like my dad and I were big fucking Star Wars shills, so we're watching it like happy as can be with everything that's happening. And my mom is like, "What's going on? What's he doing that? Why is he doing that? How do you know?" I'm like,
"Oh, she's one of those."
Yeah, and she keeps on.
Okay, my mom used to be one of those. Yeah,
she keeps on fucking talking, and I'm like, "Mom, if you don't talk and watch the show, you'll get the answer. Trust me."
I'm sorry.
Yeah, oh god. She used to do that a lot when I used to watch The Walking Dead, but that's a shitty ass fucking show now.
Oof.
Or hell, maybe it always was and we just didn't know. But yeah.
Frank Darabont's cool. Once he left the show, it turned to crap.
Which one was he?
He was the showrunner for the first couple seasons.
Oh yeah.
Frank Darabont's. I mean, he's a really talented storyteller.
I'm guessing Did he write the comics, or was that Grant Morrison? I'm drawing a blank.
I think that was Robert Kirkman.
Robert Kirkman wrote the comic.
Kirkman. Oh, I guess I was totally wrong.
Yeah.
And he also wrote Invincible, which is one of the best comics.
Oh no shit! He wrote Invincible?
Yeah, it's
Is he working on the show?
Probably. I don't know. I would imagine he'd be like an executive producer or something.
Oh, and good news for us Percy Jackson fans.
Oh, they're making another one, aren't they?
Rick Riordan wrote the pilot for Disney Plus, and he said that that everyone loves it and that it's really good. I cannot go through a bad adaptation again. I can't do that.
Yeah, I remember I only read the first two books, and then I saw the movie, and as a kid I enjoyed the movie.
Even as a kid I didn't enjoy it.
Really?
There was something about it because this was personal. This was my Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Right, like my mom says, "Wow, you think like you grew up with Marvel and you grew up with the Harry Potter?" It's like, yeah, but I should have grown up with Percy Jackson. Come on.
They made two, didn't they? Didn't they make the Sea of Monsters?
Yeah, but the first one takes out like multiple things from the book that you're not allowed to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
I do remember reading the first book and thinking, like, this is really cool. I want to see more of this. And is the author still writing shit?
He's still writing shit, but the series is done.
Yeah.
Both of them, the Percy Jackson and the sequel series, Heroes of Olympus.
Okay. That's cool. Have you ever read any of them, Gabe?
I think I read the first one back in middle school, but I never read the whole series.
Because I do remember like going to all those like the famous book series that turned into movies. Like, did you guys ever have like the Hunger Games like craze going on in your
Oh yes,
at your school?
at my middle school, like mad.
Yeah.
It was mad as a hatter.
Because I remember that was going on, and I don't know. I think it was one of my teachers had like a whole like a bull, like one of those life-size boards of like Katniss or whatever the fuck those things are.
That's weird.
There was like a bunch of those things like going around, and everyone's like promoting Hunger Games. And it's like looking back at it, it's like, yeah, let's promote this this totally fucking friendly book about a bunch of kids that are trying to murder each other.
That movie should have been art.
I mean, there is one. It's called Battle Royale.
That's true.
It is, honestly, that sounds more entertaining than the Hunger Games. I mean, no disrespect to
based
the
off
Hunger
a book.
Games. Yeah. I mean, have you ever seen the movie?
No, but I know it's an R-rated Hunger Games-like scenario. It's a Japanese movie based on a Japanese book.
Yeah.
A book written by a Japanese person.
Yeah.
And apparently Hunger Games took a lot of ideas from it. But it's like that kind of concept has been in the sort of cultural osmosis for a long time. Kids killing kids, you know?
Yeah.
And like in some sort of competition. That's been the thing that's
Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, I was about to say Lord of the Flies is kind of like
That's such a good book. That was actually one of the few books I was forced to read in school that I liked.
Did you not like Great Gatsby?
Great Gatsby was fine, but come on, Lord of the Flies, you have Lord of the Rings like inspiration clearly, or maybe it's the other way around, and it's just a really cool story, and it's this Great Gatsby is fine, but it just wasn't my cup of tea.
No. For some reason, a book that I just dreaded reading was Huck Finn.
Oh no, Gabe loves Huck Finn.
I don't know. There's just something.
I never said that.
Oh, you did.
No, I never said that. I like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Siddhartha, Things Fall Apart, Heart of Darkness. Those are my favorite books that I read in literature class. Hamlet's another one. I love Hamlet.
Yeah, Hamlet was fun. I had a project where I had to like make a fucking film, like a fan film of Hamlet. It was a group project where we had to cast everyone as different characters.
Okay, who did you cast as the villain? Was it a douchebag?
What?
Are you talking about?
Who did you cast as the villains?
I don't remember. I think I played I think I played Hamlet's father. I was a ghost. I don't remember.
Claudius?
Yeah,
no, not Claudius. That's the
or whoever
stepfather.
Whoever that is. But I do remember I had like a Solaire costume that I brought in, and I had like a Burger King crown that I was wearing. So that was fun. Did you guys ever have any dumb projects like that to do?
All.
The boat one we had to make was fun as hell.
Yeah, the
boat. We had to make a boat.
Yeah.
That was fun. We didn't even really make a boat. We made a raft. We kind of cheated. Make a trebuchet. That's a classic though. What other ones did we do?
I don't remember any projects.
Well, it wasn't a project I had to do. I was actually called in to help with it. It was for like some kind of AP literature class. They were doing reports on comic book characters, and I was friends with the. And she's like, "Hey, can you come in and help lecture these kids, please?"
Nice.
And I was like, "Sure, I'd love to."
That's pretty awesome.
It was super fun and cool. Most of the kids were cool. Some of them were being a douchebag. Like there's this one group, and they were disrespecting Daredevil, so I took that personally.
Oh damn! You don't disrespect Daredevil.
Yeah, no.
That's literally picking on the fucking blind kid.
Yeah. It's all fun and games until he catches what you throw at him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, okay, not gonna help you, screw you. And so I just went around and helped other people. was fun.
That's fun. That's always fun.
Poor kids were going to use like the movies as sources to cite, and I was like, oh no, please don't do that for Superman. I beg of you.
Especially not Superman. They
Just sad.
didn't Henry Cavill say he's coming back as Superman?
Who knows anymore?
Yeah. Oh, so I guess I'll tell you guys now. I bit the bullet and I watched Wonder Woman 84.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
It's not good. I don't recommend it.
I've heard it's totally whack.
I don't know if Wonder Woman really has the rogues gallery to carry a franchise.
I mean, the first one was good.
Yeah, I think Wonder Woman herself is an interesting character, and I think well portrayed in the first movie. But the villains either need to be like just completely. I don't know. I'm not like that knowledgeable about Wonder Woman, but you basically could just take a bunch of monsters and characters from the Greek mythology and throw them at her. Sure.
How about the villains be more like obstacle based instead of villain based? I guess.
Yeah, it could be smartly written for sure. There's definitely
I think it's built around the fact like you could keep doing stories about how she learns more about humans.
Yeah.
And she has more of her faith shaken in what she believes.
Yeah, like Captain America.
Right.
Yeah, just kind of
more further detached from civilization.
Yeah, more like character building. Like focus more on that rather than just
focus on character building, a very simple staple of storytelling. I
yeah,
agree.
I mean, that's another thing that people don't fucking understand.
As if what writers should do.
Yeah. I never. I don't fucking know.
Don't fucking know what?
No, I just don't understand why so many writers don't fucking focus on character writing. It's like, hey, you got these characters, maybe you should write for these characters instead of just introducing them and killing them off.
Just say Overwatch and get it out of the way.
I was gonna say Neil, but okay.
Oh, okay.
What? Neil?
Neil Druckmann.
Oh. Wow, you didn't even call him by his full name. You're like his mother. Or I guess no, his mother would call him by his... I don't know. Call him by his full name when you're angry. Call him by his first name to fucking piss him off.
Call him by his last name when you're annoyed.
I'll just call him the hipster director. That's big. I've seen his fucking man bun and beard. He's definitely promoting that look.
Some people can pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think he can though.
Did you play Last of Us 2, Gabriel?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't? Interesting. I thought you did.
Mm-mm.
Didn't someone let you borrow it and you started playing it and then you just didn't get through?
Yep. Like, well, I'm not interested in investing 20 plus hours into a game that I just have no attachment to, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's with most games though. It's not really a thing against The Last of Us. It's just
that's kind of the
video
thing.
games have a hard time holding my attention these days.
Yeah,
I'm the opposite.
That's kind of a thing with a lot of games. Like, the thing is that when you make a game that is like freakishly long, on one hand, it's a good thing because you actually have like a lot of content for someone to play. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to hold the attention of someone because
the pacing will always screw up.
Yeah, that's like
for some games that I love.
Yeah, and that's
like
kind of how
War 2018.
What game?
God of War 2018. Great game. Love it to death. You can totally trim down the story a bit.
Yeah, in my opinion, the Alfheim arc was kind of.
Oh, really? You think you can cut Alfheim?
A little bit of Alfheim. I don't know. Like, I feel like Alfheim kind of goes on for a little too long.
Amy Hennig, one of the writers, the writer for the Uncharted, the first 3 Uncharted games, she left Naughty Dog, but she was being interviewed, I think by IGN or something, and she said that she thinks that one of the biggest problems with video games nowadays might be their kind of downfall potentially. I mean, not downfall, but it's definitely just a problem. She pointed out. She just said that games are just so long. They could be really good stories. Like she used the example of Red Dead Redemption 2. She was saying the game is like the campaign itself is like 40 hours long, and the story is amazing. The game is great, but it's 40 hours long.
Yeah.
Like it's and a lot of people buy them and play them, and she was saying, but how many people finish the game? It's like the percentage compared to the people buying the game is, it's not a ton of people actually end up finishing the game.
That's why I like
how many people buy it.
And not even like finishing, like, because obviously people can finish the main story, but the thing is, you have all these. Excuse me. You have like all these side content too, and it's like, okay, well, if you want someone to see everything that this game has to offer, you have to spend like hours and hours riding your fucking horse, which is the most exhausting thing to do in that game, is ride your fucking horse.
Tsushima makes horse riding good.
Yes, thank you, Ethan, for interrupting again. Is that you, like, riding your horse over and over across the entire fucking map to do all these tasks, and like some of them are cool. Like there's some quests that are like cool, and this is a problem with a lot of open world games, is that you have quests that are cool to do, and then there's just a bunch of meaningless shit that is boring that you just have to get through if you want to complete like 100% it. So
yeah,
especially since because you mentioned like a 40-hour game, and most of that game, like 20 hours, is just riding your fucking horse with people.
And I think it works for games like Breath of the Wild because it doesn't really have a story to invest yourself in. The thing that you can invest yourself in is just the game itself,
the world,
the gameplay. It's the reason why I keep coming back to it. It's because I don't need to be invested in the story. I don't need to like restart it and ask myself what's going on right now. I don't need to do that. I can take a month off from playing that game and come back to it and not be confused whatsoever.
The thing about Breath of the Wild is that the focus is 100% the world.
Yeah, and the gameplay, just the sandbox of the world. Yeah,
because the entire map is just a sandbox, and that's something that a lot of other games, well, they don't do that, and they can't do that because a lot of other games have they're trying to tell a story within it, and when they do that, the map just kind of becomes a backdrop. And that's all it becomes. It's just a backdrop for like the campaign.
It's a set piece.
Yeah, it's just like a set piece. And with Breath of the Wild, like every single thing, like it kind of has these little landmarks that grab your attention. Like if you're going to do something else, but then you see like a rock pattern and one rock.
Ooh, what's this?
Exactly. Like there's like a rock pattern and one rock is like misplaced, and you're like, oh, what's this? And you just go in and put it there, and all of a sudden a shrine shows up. It's like little stuff like that is what gets.
Or it's a Korok that I want to burn at the stake.
Exactly, and you drop a fucking rock on it because those little bastards are annoying.
Yes.
So.
There actually is one on top of Hyrule Castle, right above Calamity Ganon.
Fuck that little fucker. How many are those in the game? It's like over 1,000, isn't there?
No, 900.
Fucking 900.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I think that the campaign, for me, I prefer games that are either camp or story focused, like solely story focused. It's not to say that they shouldn't have bad gameplay.
Yeah.
Or a game that is just game and no real story, like Minecraft or Breath of the Wild or.
You would love Dead Cells.
Mario Kart or something, right?
To like either go one way or the other.
For me, my personal taste is that. Because like I love Uncharted because of the story, not the gameplay. Although the gameplay in 4 got way better with a grappling hook, because every game that's good has a grappling hook.
Yeah.
But the whole point of Uncharted is that it's about the characters, it's about the story, it's about finding out the artifacts and the treasures and the set pieces. You're playing a movie, right? It feels like you're playing a movie, not really necessarily a traditional game. But then on the other hand, I like games like Minecraft and stuff like that.
Yeah, where it's just kind of you're just a person that's just trying to survive and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah. Really just whatever the game is.
Yeah,
like,
like I'm just saying in terms of Minecraft, you're just kind of a
Pac-Man's horrifying. Pac-Man scares the shit out of me.
On the surface, yeah, it's pretty horrifying when you think about it.
Yeah, but like games that are both like Red Dead Redemption 2 or GTA, or I'm calling it Rockstar, but there's other games, of course. It just was coming to mind.
Cyberpunk kind of has that, but the open world, in my opinion, I see what you're saying, but if you ask me, if the combat is linear as well, like Red Dead's combat sucks.
That's what I heard.
It's abysmal. Whereas like Cyberpunk's combat, there is actually a wide breadth of options for you to do when you approach an enemy camp, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Like outside a warehouse where there's a bunch of Valentinos, you can either snipe and pop their heads off, you can go rushing in with a shotgun, or you can hack your way through it. And hacking is super fun.
And that's a problem that or Rockstar in general kind of has a problem with, especially with their games that they've made, their more recent games. Because before with GTA, because I don't want to digress too hard, but like back at GTA 3, and even like Vice City and San Andreas, the only real like missions were pretty simple. Like missions were like, go kill this guy. We don't care how you do it, just go kill him. And so people actually got creative.
Right, like the blow up the taxi thing.
Yeah, so basically there was this one guy who got really annoyed with chasing this guy. So before he started the chase, he stole his car, planted a bomb in it from one of the bomb garages in the game, put it back, and when the guy got into his car, it blew up and he completed the mission. And they kind of went far away from that. So now if you do a mission in Red Dead, it's like, okay, now stay in cover and take pot shots at all these guys that we just threw at you in this.
And if you go too far away, you'll get in trouble.
Yeah, and then we'll just restart you back at a checkpoint. They kind of went. It's kind of like that forced linearity that they kind of went through, which is ironic because the open world is one of the big parts of Rockstar games.
Mm-hmm.
So,
the world and just moving around in it is fun.
Yeah. So that's the main thing that Rockstar kind of struggles with when it comes to playing their games.
My attention cannot be caught by games like that nowadays. There's so much content and so many stories and everything with the digital age, and now more than ever it's the golden age of streaming and everything, right? Entertainment, yeah. So everything is asking for your attention, even if it's not a story. It's like anything that's glowing and has a screen is begging for your attention at all times. And video games, I think, are maybe going to have harder time. At least the story focused long campaign games are going to have a harder time keeping the attention of people. Sure, people will pay for them, but I don't know how long that kind of formula would last, considering they make money, but it's like, I wonder what the statistic is. How many people out of those that buy these games actually finish the damn things?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, finish is very in subjective. Do you mean like 100% or at
story?
Least
beat the story is what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not explore every nook and cranny. And I guess that maybe doesn't matter. I guess because video game, you can play it however you want to, but the thing is that these companies are investing insane amounts of money into just one game, like the AAA companies. And I would imagine if they're going to take the time to create these well-made long stories that take hours to play, they're going to want people to experience the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, how long will that be a thing? If people are less and less people are, or maybe not less and less, but not as much people are going to beat it, because it's just such a long form of story.
Yeah.
Lots of people do, though. That's the thing. Just because you don't doesn't mean that others do.
But it's not just me. Like, it's a lot of people don't beat it. A lot of people do, sure. Probably, definitely enough to for people to actually put in the effort to make the story. But let's think about it. Like the content.
Witcher 3. There's too much, and there was too much shit bogging that game down.
Yeah.
What's that?
I couldn't finish Witcher 3. Too much bad shit and too much shit bogging it down. I lost all interest after you rescued Ciri.
Okay, well, see, I'm just saying, like, games I think are really interesting, and they're such a fresh medium in terms of out of all the different mediums we have for storytelling. Talking about video games, right? And I'm thinking, how long are we going to see these kinds of stories, considering people are going to, maybe they don't want to, but it's going to move in the direction of people are going to want stories that are, or at least forms of media that are shorter and shorter. That's why YouTube is obviously incredibly successful, because they have videos ranging from all sorts of kind of time frames or lengths of time.
Right.
And then, there are shows that are like 30, like half an hour long per episode. And
I think TV shows actually, if anything, have grown but have just shortened the amount of episodes.
Right. You don't see 20 plus episode seasons. We see high budget. We see bigger budget but less episodes.
Right.
And that's something.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's something I've noticed with a lot of successful animes that I watch. A lot of the ones that people talk about the most, and the ones that people have such like a strong connection to, are ones that only have one season.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, like
Death Note. I've heard Death Note's great.
You look at like Death Note or like Cowboy Bebop, and people love those shows so much, and they love them way more than anything like a fucking Sword Art Online or anything that has like, or like One Piece. One Piece goes on for fucking. One Piece goes on for fucking ever, and people are just so.
It's like over 700 episodes, I think, right?
Yeah, it's just, it goes on for fucking ever, and no disrespect to anyone who likes those shows. You're allowed to like these shows, but sometimes like
I won't start the comments.
Yeah, I probably will. But I mean, like, the thing is, when you make a shorter series where it has an ending that can happen at any moment, it makes it more significant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. People want to experience the story and experience the ending.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, games, it's just like, it's such a damn shame that not as many people are experiencing the entireties of these stories that are being made in video games. Not as many people are as there could be.
Yeah.
Because I hear so many people saying, "Oh, Red Dead Redemption is such a good story," and I'm like, "Fuck! I wish I could. I can experience it, but why should I? It's fucking 40 hours long."
Yeah.
And I love long movies, but long movies are like 3-4 hours tops.
Some people recommend that you enjoy it like a Netflix series, but instead of binging, where you enjoy it over a long period of time.
But everything's competing for our attention, is what I'm saying. That's the other factor. It's more satisfying for me to as a consumer, right? I'm thinking about that sort of perspective. As a consumer, I enjoy the satisfaction of having completed a story or having viewed or read a story, and multiple of them.
Right.
And I mean, hell, like, we're only really talking about single player games, and this is why a lot of fucking AAA companies, they just kind of fucking what is it? Treyarch literally gave up. For when they made Black Ops 4, they literally didn't even bother with the campaign, because they were like, no one plays the fucking campaign anyway, so we're just gonna focus on multiplayer. So
make it worth playing, or
that's good.
That was
one didn't have a campaign.
That was like another thing that I never understood that people were upset about, because if they are not willing to take the time to make a campaign, then why do you want a half-ass campaign? That's all they will do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Black Ops 3 was.
Really?
I'd rather them just fucking skip it and focus on multiplayer, because at least that's the shit that people are going to play, and that's what they're focusing on.
Games cost so much. That's why people get pissed off, because they feel like they're not getting their bang for their buck.
Yeah.
Focus on one thing. Like, focus on multiplayer or single player. That's what I feel.
Just make the just give us Titanfall 3.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of fucking this dumbass Apex shit.
Hey.
They're only getting more
Apex
expensive too. They're $60. I hear games are going to become $70, $80 in the future. Like, just
possibly.
And that's the other thing.
Well, that's because of inflation.
Like you were saying, like, games are costing more and more, and of course it comes to the big question, like, is like paying $60 for a multiplayer only game, is it really worth it? and like how much
And
should this
not
be?
anymore. They don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, I know like a lot of people don't even
Blackout have proved that all wrong. Destiny 2 went free.
You might cut out.
Destiny 2 went free to play, and they're more popular than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a low bar to begin with, but yes.
I mean, hell,
You get my point.
Fucking Team Fortress 2 started free to play.
Right?
And CS:GO, I think recently, just a couple, like 3 years ago, became free.
Oh, cool. Because it's
I just
Yeah.
think that from my perspective as a person who's become less and less interested in video games, despite being such a fan of stories in general, as a storyteller, it's this we are kind of I guess you could say programmed to want the next thing as quickly as possible. But it's just the truth of our nature, I think, that I would rather have read or watched or played multiple smaller stories that are really good rather than one really long story that's good.
If you just do the main quest, Cyberpunk can be done in like 20 hours-ish.
But no one does that.
That's it. I'm giving you an opportunity, an option, but no.
Sure, but I'm just saying, like, that's a problem. I just think that's a problem with the video games nowadays. That could, that's something to think about. And you play video games all the time, but
I do. Let's say like a game that I think that balances story and length really well is Hades.
Yeah.
Like, every time because Hades is a roguelike, so it's pretty short. You can beat the game in like 45 minutes ish. And then if you do, you progress a little bit further in the story. And I don't want to spoil anything, but it'll make sense if you do. And those that have played know what I'm talking about.
I hear that when you die, you get more story. Like, that's an interesting way of integrating story into a more gameplay-focused game. I think that's quite ingenious.
Yes, it's a roguelike that incorporates death into its story.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think that's a really cool concept. And I think, like, that obviously works. I just think, variety is the spice of life. People want new, novel, now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of goes back to that whole thing. Like, it's because obviously we play a lot of games. What is something that's keeping us playing a game? Like, variety, replayability, like how the game plays, how it feels to play. Atmosphere is also important to me. Atmosphere is important. Just kind of like, because obviously, like, I understand what you're saying, but like, I understand like gameplay is first and foremost the number one thing to focus on when you make a game, but that doesn't mean everything else should be obsolete.
No.
Like Jet Set
Flame War. I was in a Flame War the other day about like Zelda versus Breath of the Wild. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Your mic keeps cutting out.
I'm guessing you said Red Dead Redemption 2 versus Breath of the Wild.
Yes,
okay.
I did.
Let's get into this conversation.
This one punk ass said that Red Dead Redemption 2 spent 8 years in the oven, so that makes it better.
That's literally the dumbest fucking theory ever.
Argument.
Yeah.
Argument, yeah. I don't know why I said theory.
Like, how the hell is that fair?
I never understand.
Undertale was made in a couple months, and that game's a masterpiece.
How long did Breath of the Wild spend?
4, I think.
That's like the whole thing. Like, I saw this one tweet saying, like, whenever something is in development for like more than 4 years, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt, right? Like, you can't really believe like because it's not going to go through consistent development throughout 8 years to make sure everything's going smoothly. Ideas get changed, teams get changed, even the entire projects get fucking redone. So I feel like people, like a lot of people, like the average consumer doesn't understand what goes on when it comes to developing shit like this, because it's a lot harder than it looks.
Oh yes, considerably.
Yeah. So, I mean, hell, the game that they planned on making, like the Red Dead Redemption 2 that they wanted to make, from the first year of those 8 years, was probably way different than what we got.
It would be very cool to see like a concept art.
Yeah, for all we know, they probably didn't even like they didn't even have like the people casted at that point. So you can't to say that it was that the 8 years made a difference would be an overstatement. So.
And just time means nothing. Like I said, Undertale was made in a.
Yeah.
That game's incredible.
Yeah, look at any indie game. Any indie game is better than any AAA game, honestly.
Most of the time, yeah.
I mean, hell, look at Shovel Knight.
Celeste.
Yeah.
That's a good story. That's a really great story.
I haven't played Celeste.
Celeste is awesome.
That's what I hear.
Tough as nails. I can't beat it, but I love it.
I have the opposite feeling with Dark Souls. But I
want to talk about Dark Souls?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to bitch about Dark Souls.
You don't want to open that can of worms?
I do enough of that, and I'm sure I'll come back.
We'll save that for another episode.
Oh, I'm sure. We'll save that for next month.
That'll be fun.
But what you mentioned before, Gabe, with like I do think when it comes to those story-based games, I do think they do benefit from being games because just in general, I just to pull up like the Last of Us, the first Last of Us, which I think is an easy example, but I think the thing that it wouldn't be the same, that story wouldn't have the same effect, at least for me, if it was a TV show, just because the thing about it is that you're in like the gameplay, because you're the one doing most of the shit, whether it's like trying to survive.
The interactivity is key.
Yeah, it's like the whole interactivity.
That's what makes games unique with their storytelling.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of feel that connection with the characters as the story progresses, and I feel like I still think the story would be good if it was a movie or TV show, but because it's a game, it had such a stronger connection with the fans and the people that played it. So.
Right.
I do think storytelling in that perspective is the games do have an advantage on that, especially like if you ever played PT.
PT?
The Silent Hills kind of prototype or teaser or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that was. Oof.
No, I think that I completely agree with you that works to the advantage of video games. I mean, there's obviously a reason why people like playing with them. You get to interact in a.
My mic cuts.
Nope.
Whoa, that was weird.
You downgraded to Comcast or something.
What happened? I don't know what happened. Did you guys hear me?
I heard you say your mic cut out. You like switched mics for a second.
I don't know. My headset's weird. Okay, so I was saying. I think that interactivity. Obviously, that's what makes video games video games. Like, you can't interact with a movie, you can't interact with a book necessarily, unless it's like a choose your own.
You kind of interact with a movie if you're doing like a Black Mirror. Was it Bandersnatch? Is that the one?
Yeah, Bandersnatch. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I'm talking more about like widespread mediums for storytelling and for entertainment in general. I think that that's incredibly interesting, and clearly because it's like one of the biggest industries in the West, or just in general. But I think that games like The Last of Us, that game is basically just focused on story. Like, the gameplay is cool and all, but it's a story-focused game. It's not like an open world where you get yourself lost in. It's very linear, right?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of Naughty Dog's more recent games. And like that it's more lean. Like, it's not necessarily a short game, but it's not going to take you 40 plus hours to beat.
You won't get lost in an open world, which is still.
It's what?
Which is still hours tacked on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's what's part of its success, I would say. Like, it wouldn't have worked if it was more open world. I at least in my opinion, because they want you in the story. They don't want you going off and doing some other stuff. Like, they want you there with the characters.
And that's the problem. Just kind of going back to what you were saying, that's kind of the problem with a lot of open world games is that they when you do a story mission, they want you to focus on the story. It's like, hey, look at all these characters and shit like that, but we're not gonna let you do something your own way because that's not what you're gonna do with the characters at this moment, because it becomes very restrictive as soon as you do a quest.
Even Tsushima is guilty of that.
Yeah.
Extent. You're still given plenty of like malleability with the combat and like the stealth, but like you can't wander off too far.
Oh really? You've been playing Ghost. How is Ghost? I've actually been.
It's so fucking fun. It's so cool. You've seen all the screenshots I've taken.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the prettiest looking games I've seen.
Yeah, definitely play on like a PS4 Pro, or if you can get one, a PS5.
Yeah, I did. I might be able to pick up a PS5 if they have. Are they even back in stock?
Of course not. They sold out from Walmart a couple days ago in 10 seconds.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Probably not even that good.
It's pretty good.
Okay. He's good. Ooh,
Said the Chad to the incel.
Yeah.
It's like Godzilla versus Kong. I'm a nuclear power plant. What are
Monkey. Oh, that's something we can talk about. Oh, Gabe, did you see the trailer?
Yeah.
The fucking trailer looks sick. I'm so excited for that.
Jake's super hyped for this movie. I haven't seen him this excited.
Dude, I fucking love Godzilla, dude. Like, anything that's just... Like, listen, if it's mechs or giant monsters, I just want to see a fucking fight.
Or both.
Or both, yeah.
I am still waiting on them to put, like, Pacific Rim characters in it.
Dude, I fucking... That's another thing. I fucking love Pacific Rim. That's one of my favorite movies.
It's a great movie.
It is a great movie. The first one is. It's fucking...
Brilliant.
It's exactly what it needs to be, and people were like, oh, this movie sucks. I'm like, what the fuck were you expecting? I got exactly what I wanted. A fucking robot fighting a bunch of monsters.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down. And they've all got like, and they're all really unique. Monsters. And...
They had fucking GLaDOS in it.
Oh right, they have GLaDOS. I forgot.
So that was awesome, honestly.
GLaDOS actually has a cameo in Cyberpunk, by the way, Gabe.
Yeah, that's it. That's really cool. Did you guys ever play the Portal games?
I've seen playthroughs. I never had a good enough PC to play it.
Speaking
of consoles and the number 3.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever
This is the number 3. Dear God, there's more. No.
Speaking of console and Valve, have you ever played the console version of Team Fortress 2? Or
I've heard it's awful.
It's awful. That and the console version of Counter-Strike or CS:GO.
There's a console version of something as precise as CS:GO.
Yep. It's never been updated. Like both the TF2 and CS:GO on console have barely gotten updated, or not at all, because they can't do, because they don't have like trading or any of like the shit that they can do on PC, so they just have such a disadvantage. Hell,
right.
There's a community update to Left 4 Dead 2, and fucking if you're playing on 360, you're fucked.
Who honestly still plays TF2 on 360?
Nobody. Hopefully nobody.
It'd be kind of cool, like, to look at like the live players of various, or Counter-Strike. Really cool to look at.
Yeah.
Because you could do that back in, I think, Halo 3. Is that correct?
For what?
Live players.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, if you go on to. If you go into multiplayer, it would say Halo Reach did the same thing where you see like the active players at the time.
That's dope.
Halo 3 is getting shut down this year, isn't it?
Dude, yeah, that's awful.
And that's gonna be sad. After that, it's going to be Halo Reach. That's probably gonna get shut down.
Wait, Reach is still going?
I think Reach is still going to at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something.
I remember Reach went for a while before or after the MCC, because it wasn't in the MCC when it launched. So they also added in a Firefight.
Firefight? Which that?
It was a thing for ODST. It's basically the horde mode of Halo.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's one of my favorite horde modes.
If you ask me, I think it's only a matter of time before COD cuts
COD cuts what?
zombies.
Why do you think that?
They will.
I don't think they will. I think too many people like zombies for them to cut zombies.
Really? I hear just people only play the multiplayer. Hmm.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, the main reasons why people get any of the CODs, especially like a Treyarch COD, is that they either want to play zombies or they want to play multiplayer.
Right.
And then the campaign is, I mean, people used to like playing the campaign, but not really anymore. I mean, the new Modern Warfare campaign was good, and I hear the Cold War one was also good.
I've heard Cold War's actually been glitchy as hell.
Yeah, that's what I hear as well. I have no interest in getting Cold War, honestly. People have been like, so you're gonna get it? I'm like, probably not.
I don't see why I would ever get a COD. It just doesn't.
I mean, get it so you can always get it whenever if you want to get yelled at by people.
That's true.
It's happened to me multiple times. I've gotten yelled at by an e-girl, a simp, a bunch of kids, a bunch of fucking black people.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It sounds like just a blast.
Yeah, I'm like I'm back in New York.
What did the e-girl say? I'm very interested by that.
I was telling her, I'm like, hey, you have the bomb. Can you come to the point? And she was yelling at me that I was not respecting her decision to not go to the point or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, Jesus, all right. What? Do you want me to fucking donate to your OnlyFans or some shit? So, that was fun.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
I don't know. What was the last COD that you played? If you played any of them, Gabe?
You played Black Ops 3, right?
Nope.
You did? I think you did.
I think Black Ops 2. Yeah, Black Ops 2. No, actually, it was Call of Duty Ghosts. That was the last one I played.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
I remember Ghost. No, Ghost was actually fine. People bitch about Ghost, but I feel like Ghost was fine as a game.
Why did people?
I only played it because it was one of the only games I had when the PS4 launched, so I just played the shit out of it.
Awesome.
But, yeah, I haven't played Call of Duty since. It's not my thing.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Activision has kind of hit a gold mine with COD because
No.
They've really are the only company that can pull off just an annual series like that.
Doesn't Ubisoft do it with Assassin's Creed?
He said
Yeah,
pull
but
off.
I mean, the thing is that I feel like they're better with it because especially now because their games have been getting better because Modern Warfare was pretty good. Cold War's getting its act together, so. Oh, there has a what even was like the newest Assassin's Creed? Was it Valhalla that came out?
And I've actually heard good things about Valhalla.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it at all, so. Then again, I don't really, play Assassin's Creed.
I just feel like Activision is better at it just because they have a new studio doing their own thing every year. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a good system.
Because like Ubisoft, it's like this. It's the same. Well, maybe they have different teams, but like it's as far as we know, it's the same fucking people.
Right.
So. And like that series, I think the thing that holds that series back is the name.
You really think so?
Yeah, because the whole like Assassin's Creed name has kind of just gotten old. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they're trying to have it all connected to the same thing that they were doing years ago.
Oh, right, they are doing like a whole one timeline thing. That is weird.
Yeah, and I just feel like they just need to abandon that, especially because I don't even know if they're still doing it, but if they're still doing like the whole animus thing where they're going back in time and shit like that, I feel like because no one really gave a shit about that to begin with. It should just be about this order that existed and just tell that story.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, it's like we're going to like Vikings and Spartans and shit like that. It's like, well, just if you're
Spartans are cool.
I know, but like, why force the whole Assassin's Creed thing into it? Just like call it something else. Because it's not even really like about Assassin's Creed anymore. It's just about different types of warriors.
I have no passion for or against Assassin's Creed.
And not a lot of people do. And the people that do are weird. Hell, even people that like the game can admit that the games are shitty.
Yeah, that's when you know it's bad.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
This is one of those parts you're going to edit out, isn't it, Jake?
Please do.
What?
Yes, please do. Definitely cut out the silent part.
The silent parts, yeah.
For sure.
You guys can jump in at anything if you guys always think of a topic.
I don't want to though.
Fuck you too, then.
Well, you want us to bring topics? I don't. Okay.
I mean, if you got any, that's fine. I do have.
Yeah, there's definitely not a script here. Go nuts.
I have like a list of shit we can talk about.
Well, then say something. You're the host.
Well, I'm waiting for you guys.
The reason I'm not talking is because I have no input for the discussion of Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed. I have no, like I said, no passion for Assassin's Creed at all.
Okay.
So if I'm not saying anything, it's because I don't have anything to say.
This is where we edit.
You can keep this in. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of funny.
I'm saying in my case, I'm gonna edit this one out. Or I won't. Who fucking knows? Who knows what I'm doing right now? Future Jake, if you're editing this,
I'm sorry.
We
should.
What?
We should be better at talking. I'm sorry, future Jake.
Well, no, I should just be better at fucking scripting this shit. But I don't know. I just don't like.
No, definitely don't script this
either.
either. That sounds disgusting.
I don't even like scripting this shit anyway, because I just like to have us talk about dumb shit that we always talk about.
Right. This could actually be kind of catching because we're having a philosophical talk about talking.
Yeah, that's
philosophical.
That's why
philosophical enough.
That's why I'm not even gonna like fucking edit this. I mean I barely edit fucking podcasts in general. I just fucking make sure the audio's good.
Sure, you barely edit at all.
I mean, yeah, that's true too. But I mean, I just have to make sure the audio's good and no one says anything offensive.
Too late.
There goes my plans.
Yeah. I mean, you still can. You can just make editing harder for me if you want to. That's what. Yeah. God damn it.
No, I'm not going to do that to you now.
So many fucking people. I wanted to have a podcast with a couple friends of mine, and the very fucking beginning, they all just yelled out a bunch of racial slurs, and I couldn't even use the episode.
I'm sorry.
It's like, what the fuck? I don't want to go because I just don't want to go through that shit censoring fucking everything.
Let me guess. One of their names was Tyler. Or
no.
was it Skylar? Or Kyle?
One of their names was Ethan. It wasn't you, Ethan. It was a different Ethan.
Nice save.
Well, that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
Where the hell is this kid?
Kids.
No, Ethan, stop bringing them to your house.
Yeah, right. Now, I'm playing Super Hero right now, and I'm looking for a missing kid right now. Oh, is he up there? Oh, yeah.
Don't even ask their name. You just grab them.
Yes.
Yeah, just grab them. Just grab them in the fucking woods and like, they're coming with me, kid. Stay close.
It's a tan van. It's not a white van. You're okay.
There's no free candy. It's free fucking. It's free fucking.
V-Bucks.
Free V-Bucks.
Yes, for camouflage from the police.
Of course. It's a fucking. It's just a.
Louis C.K. has a good bit about tan cars. He's like, no one chooses tan. If you have tan car, then you're in like the worst place you could be in right now. There's always like the window's broken. There's always like a plastic bag taped to the around the sides. And
You're so right.
It's true.
It's true.
I love Louis.
Despite all the controversy.
He likes jerking off in front of people. Yep.
Wait,
it's
what?
Weird.
Yeah, you didn't know?
What the fuck?
It's weird, but he addressed that in his latest stand-up. He's like, even the President Obama knows that I like to jerk off in front of people. Like, do you know how that feels?
Wait, he just goes out. Wait, he just goes out in public and just fucking like has his schlong fucking.
No, just you. So I'm not gonna discuss it. Come on, like, how do you not know this, Jake?
I don't fucking know.
Well, he got in trouble because he jerked off in front of people.
I mean, I got that much of it.
Apparently with their consent. I don't know what the situation is exactly. And I don't really give a shit because he's funny.
That's the funniest thing to think of. Like you go to court, it's like, all right, what is this? What are you arresting this man for? He jerked off in front of me.
No, he's not like a flasher, but yeah. Maybe he is. Who the fuck knows?
God. That's fucking stupid.
He's ginger.
Yeah.
That's another thing that he's sinful of.
That is true.
He has no soul.
No, they have souls. They devour souls.
Oh, of course.
That makes much more sense.
I played Stick of Truth.
Yeah. Such a great game.
Yeah. I remember seeing this. I'm sure you've seen it before. It's like, should jerking off be a competitive sport?
Yes, absolutely. There's sprinting, long distance, equestrian, all that good stuff.
I just wonder, like, the whole like fucking public sex category in fucking any like porn site, like, why the entire
You're definitely cutting this, right?
No, I'm leaving this shit in. This is the fucking real
Damn
shit. Why would you do that? Like, or especially like if you're out while it's snowing, like you're having sex outside. Why the fuck would you fucking do that? It's fucking cold outside, dude. Like, how the fuck?
Paycheck.
I guess so, but even like it's like that homemade shit. Like, I don't know. That doesn't sound worth it to me.
Speaking of homemade shit, Pornhub lost like a lot of its. They're only doing verified shit.
Yeah, probably because there was there's like some controversy with that shit, right? It's like child porn or something.
Yeah, child porn on it.
Yeah.
So we get into the child porn section of the discussion. I was waiting for that.
Okay, listen, the fucking
Ethan here, it was inevitable.
Listen, the official podcast, they talk about worse shit than this, okay? I think we're fine.
The what?
The official podcast, what Charlie does.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
Fucking critical.
Oh, okay. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened? They like removed verified, or they removed unverified accounts?
Yeah, you have to be verified to upload onto Pornhub now.
That probably should have always been a thing.
Yeah, agreed.
Especially on any like porn site too. Jesus Christ, they never checked it.
Yeah, that's
so
newsflash. The porn industry isn't exactly the nicest kind of group of people. They don't really give a shit. They want money.
I guess that's true.
Right.
So
I think it's hilarious that there's like women positive or I don't even know, women's rights porn.
What? How does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like porn.
Angela White, gorgeous, total dime, total feminist.
What'd you say?
Angela White, total dime, just gorgeous babe, total feminist.
Yeah.
Because she believes like she's bringing her body positivity and
body.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
body positivity, and she believes that she's empowering women and empowering her own self-image.
I mean, hey, whatever makes you feel better.
Yeah, if it helps you sleep at night.
I mean, hell, someone's watching you take anal regardless, so.
Right.
Or give anal. I don't know. People are into weird shit.
Oh.
Honestly, like I was. Go ahead, Cape. Are you gonna promote your abstinence into this podcast?
I wasn't, but if you want me to, I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go nuts.
Wait, what? You want me to talk about my abstinence on your podcast? Abstinence from masturbation.
I was making a joke, but I saw you were about to say something. I was just gonna let you talk.
Oh, I was just gonna. Okay, well, I lost my train of thought, but now I'm thinking.
Retrace your thoughts.
Fuck, I lost it.
Oh,
That's fair.
Well, I'll talk about fucking porn and how it's terrible. I can do that. It rots your fucking brain. Don't watch it, kids.
And
seriously.
This is where I'm gonna edit. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, I legitimately think people get the fucking life drained out of them when they watch it too much.
It's true.
Terrible.
Oh, you're totally right.
Like anything, it's best in moderation.
Oh, it's best to not do it whatsoever, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You can do what I'm not saying. People can do whatever the fuck they want. I mean, I don't give a shit. But I think that the fact that there's fucking quote unquote health specialists or whatever the fuck they call themselves, bullshit title, that say porn is healthy, even though we have no research on the effects of porn on the mind. Because who's gonna volunteer for that kind of research? Not many people do. Not many guys do. I mean, you're not going to have some solid data there because there's only like a few thousand guys are going to really talk about that part of their lives, you know?
I mean,
so,
especially for something like that, because that like along with anything, even like with playing games and just other stuff that you like examine the minds for, everyone's gonna be different.
Mm-hmm. I guess so. I mean, the fact of the matter is it desensitizes you. It's terrible for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
desensitize people.
I stopped watching it, and I'm completely done with that shit. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I recommend it. It can be a trap if you let it be. Yep.
Yeah, and that's
very much.
Yeah, I agree. I do understand your point from that.
Mm-hmm. I could go into a rant, but I'm not. That's all I'll say about it.
That's okay.
All right, fine.
But yeah, fuck, I was about to say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck, I can't think of it. Oh, wait, Ethan, who is the account that you sent me where her bio said professional stepsister?
Oh, I don't remember. I just saw it and it just made me laugh.
Fucking that's something I never understood. Like, what the fuck is up with like these ludicrous plots about like stepsisters and getting stuck in like washing machines and shit? Like, I never understood that.
It's diet incest. It's incest for people that are attracted to incest that don't want to admit that they like incest.
Yeah. And then it's like, and then you ask them, and it's like they're like, "Yes, I am from Alabama. How did you know?"
Yes.
Fucking the dumbass.
It's all wrong.
The dumbass Leonard Skinner song.
It's I like Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
It's kind of ironic that he made that song to fight the stereotypes, even though the stereotype is coming from a band that kind of heavily supports the fucking KKK.
They do?
Really?
Yeah, they do. Like, a lot of them do.
Oh.
Like, a lot of them were revealed to be, like, very close members of KKK.
Damn.
So.
Huh. I guess they don't particularly like it when a black person's a free bird, then.
Alright, that one stays in.
It definitely stays in.
That one definitely stays in. It's just, yeah.
All nuts, really, everything.
Hell, especially just seeing shit like that, like, just seeing all the people, content creators, even though I hate that word, like, all the people that have been coming out to be fucking weirdos. I'm sure some people will come to mind. Like
Kevin Spacey?
What did he like?
Yeah.
He cheated on his wife or something? What happened with him?
Cheated on his wife with or something, I think.
With a what?
Oh. I just said his name because it was like the most obvious one, but I was kind of doing it as a joke. But yeah.
Wait, you say Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, I said Kevin Spacey.
Oh, I was thinking
because he's like the most obvious guy to name, or at least him or Bill Cosby, those fucking guys. Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say like
Myro,
fucking Carson recently.
Who?
Yeah.
What?
Call me Carson.
Do you not?
Oh.
Do you know what
yes.
that is? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like just honestly, just like seeing all that shit, it's like, good fucking lord, what the fuck happens with these fucking deranged fucking lunatics?
Fame, I guess.
Fortune and glory.
It's not even like fortune. I mean, they're making more, but they're not making more than. Well, I guess it depends on how big they are, but.
I think most humans we can't handle fame. I don't think we're meant to handle that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Really? You don't think so?
No.
Is there a difference between like fame and admiration in your?
Fame is different than admiration.
Just different scales, you mean, or do you think different basis?
Well, I don't know. Fame is, there's different levels of fame, of course. I think generally, when a person becomes famous, if they're not grounded enough, their head lifts them off like a balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
They lose their shit.
That is
I
true.
would go insane.
Yeah. I mean, with anything, like if you just, especially if someone's like fucking just starts off rich and gets everything they want, and then you take that away from them, they'll go fucking insane.
Yeah, those are always fun stories.
Yeah, especially seeing those fucking rich jackasses just lose everything. I remember like that's why I love reading this fucking story about the Redditors pissing off the fucking Wall Street.
The hedge funders, yeah.
Yeah, because fuck those guys. Bunch of fucking pricks. I remember, I forgot what cryptocurrency it was. I think it was,
Dogecoin.
Of course, Dogecoin. There was a cryptocurrency that a lot of people, a lot of millionaires invested in, and the currency like went under, and so many people so many of those fucking millionaires like lost all of their belongings, and they're like, I made my wife sell her jewelry and shit like that, and it's all gone. I'm like, well, what the fuck were you fucking expecting? It's fucking crazy.
It is nuts.
Yeah. So basically, hindsight. What's up?
I'm looking at Twitter right now, and somebody just tweeted out, "Did gamers actually destroy the stock market? What the fuck is going on?"
I know, from like an outside perspective, this is probably the weirdest shit to happen.
I had to explain to my mother what was going on. I explained the gaming side, and she explained the stock side.
Oh yeah.
Sit together. It was really fun.
That's pretty fun.
It's just so fascinating to me.
So I guess I'll leave off this episode with a little bit of a story that I got.
Do tell.
So right. I'll tell a story about I got the two guys that don't drive here, and so this is how my car got
Thank you for making it public that we can't drive.
What?
Who fucking cares? God, shut the fuck up. So I was out. So it was like 11 o'clock at night or something like that, and so I was driving with a friend of mine to go get Cane's, because God forbid I need to eat fucking Cane's.
You're a fucking Raising Cane's addict.
Yes, I am. That is true. I'm just a fucking chicken fan at this point. And so I was coming back. Well, first I went there and I noticed that my car was steaming, and so I stopped.
That's a good start.
Yeah, I stopped at the Cane's and I like checked the engine and make sure everything was okay. And I was like, well, shit, I obviously have a problem, but I gotta get home. So I tried to like go.
I thought you were gonna say I gotta get that Cane's.
Well, I had to do that too. I did do that too. I did get the Cane's eventually.
Jackass.
Gotta get that Cane's.
Not get any more of those Cane's.
Jesus Christ. So I got a Cane's. Have you ever had Cane's, Gabe?
No.
It's a chicken.
Raising Cane's is a chicken restaurant.
Yeah, it's a chicken place.
Mm-hmm.
So
But do they have a console?
Jake is hopelessly addicted to.
Do they have a console? No, not at the moment.
That is true. I am seriously intrigued by the KFC console. I am very intrigued by the KFC console.
The KFC console.
How far they'll take this, but yes, go on, Jake.
The dumbest shit ever. But anyway, so
it's only dumb until it doesn't work.
Yeah, I guess so. But I was driving back and I got close because not only do I have to get home, I have to drop off my fucking dumbass friend back first. So I get to this one stop sign and I'm about to turn, and all of a sudden like my car stops and everything is just turning off, and I'm like, oh fuck, the car's stopping. So I'm like trying to like rev it up again and everything like that. I'm like, oh shit, I'm like trying to fucking start it, and of course I get mad and I'm starting to like slam my fucking steering wheel and shit like that, and of course my friend, not only does he have to try to calm me down, but he has to insult me while he's trying to calm me down, which is just a fantastic thing to do. Thanks for doing that, Noah. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this, also fuck you, by the way. But anyway, thankfully there were some cops that drove by and they noticed. They're like, hey, you in trouble? I'm like, just a little bit, yeah.
Well, that's good.
So shout out to the AAA guy that got my that brought my car back.
Hey, good for him.
Yeah. Hell, I took it in fucking yesterday. I still haven't gotten a call back.
That's scary.
Yeah.
How are you gonna get canes?
I can't get canes anymore. I can't do my fucking stupid ass late night cane runs.
You get Raising Cane's at like 3 a.m. Yeah.
They're open that late?
Yeah, they're open they're open until 3.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I wish more places were open that late.
I agree. Like, if I want to order some Grubhub at like 11 o'clock, please let me.
I think it's a missed opportunity for these fast food restaurants, or just really any restaurant, I guess. Fast food, to not have later hours during COVID, considering so many people's sleep schedules are fucked up. They're awake, a lot of them are awake at hours that they're probably,
You want to talk about missed opportunity? There's a surprising amount of places on the Vegas Strip that are not open 24 hours a day.
Okay.
Really?
Crazy.
That is weird. That actually, I mean, you would expect. I mean, I guess they want to give employees a break, but
You just trade off shifts.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm guessing all the casinos are 24 hours.
Yeah. The place I work at least the factory part of it is hours.
That's gonna be fun if we can go this year. Go to Vegas. We should record a video for that.
A video in Vegas, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
all around.
just
for my birthday.
For your birthday, yeah. When did you say you wanted to do that?
I don't know. Whenever COVID's, whenever vaccines are widespread.
If that ever fucking happens, yeah, that'd be fantastic.
We're probably not gonna do that until like 2022 then.
What? But vaccines are, I don't know. Hopefully
they are being distributed.
My workplace has been telling me that me, an essential worker, probably not gonna get it until 2022 because we have to give it out to the
what?
The elderly.
Oh, of course. Fucking
why
did they get everything first?
You want me to bring up something that's sociopathic?
Go ahead.
Why are they getting it first? They've already lived their life. We're young. Sorry, that's it. I'll stop there.
I mean, I'll take it a step deeper. I fucking worked at a retirement home, and I just honestly like I kind of was one of the reasons I quit was I was just thinking to myself, if anyone's gonna give me COVID, it's gonna be one of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and the funny thing is that my manager was like, "Are you sure this is probably like the safest place to work?" I'm like, "Oh, bullshit." In a fucking workplace with a bunch of old people, safest place to work. Yeah, right. So. But anyway, you guys have any lasting thoughts you want to give to the
Nah, I think it was great.
No.
Do I have any lasting thoughts?
Want to talk about the Rise of Skywalker game?
Game of Thrones.
Another 3 hours.
I was telling Jake actually one last thing actually. I was looking on Twitter, and this one guy got a PS5, and he was asking, "Hey, what game should I get?" I skipped out on the PS4, and somebody put Ghost of Tsushima, but wrote it as GOT, and I replied, "I read GOT as Game of Thrones. Now I'm sad."
God, I've never seen Game of Thrones, so I don't know how much it sucks. I'm guessing it sucks.
This makes Rise of Skywalker look like a good ending.
Does it really?
I dare say.
Really? That bad, huh?
Star Wars already had some stinkers to begin with, so the blow of Rise of Skywalker wasn't as bad.
Oh, really?
In my opinion, at least. But, Game of Thrones is like the first 4 seasons are perfect television, and then the 5th season's got its problems, but it's got some really great moments. 6th season, pretty much the same for me. 7th season, all right, it's a different show, but at least it's entertaining. 8th season is just what the fuck is happening. 8th season's just such a blow because the whole show generally was consistently good. It was going down in quality after 4, but still good.
It still held strong.
Yeah, I mean, it was worth watching. People watched it. The 8th season had the most viewers out of the entirety of the show for a reason.
And I'm so angry it won so many Emmys.
Yeah, it was just like, well, all the Emmys that they I don't know, they won Emmys for all the other seasons, so.
They won for writing.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, it's supposed to be like a celebration of the whole series, but that's stupid.
Yeah.
I guess.
That was
all right. Let's end this. Okay, it's only 10 o'clock.
I'm gonna throw in one more topic before we end this.
Okay,
just the rewards, the Game Awards in general. One of the rewards that I don't think should have been, that was definitely not deserved, was Naughty Dog should not have won.
Yeah, I saw this coming.
Company of the Year last year.
Because of Game Crunch, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like
brutal Game Crunch.
No fucking company that goes through crunch deserves to fucking win shit like that.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, but that's
Supergiant should have won. That's play Hades.
Yeah, Supergiant or what is it? Sucker Punch.
Maybe id. I heard nothing but good things about id.
Yeah, and it also seems pretty good. Well, I mean,
I didn't really hear anything about id, but that's better than hearing bad things.
I mean, Mick Gordon did leave.
But did he leave or get the axe?
I think he left.
Oh,
so
that's a shame.
Yeah, the next Doom game is gonna be, it's not gonna be as good without him on the music. But anyway, I won't drag on too long. So, if you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, then we'll come out with another one next month, hopefully.
No, we won't.
I don't know. I'll try my best. I can only try, I guess. But if you like any of us, be sure to follow us on our social medias. I'll put them in the video.
Please don't.
Jake.
What?
You forgot to ask me my lasting thoughts. Well, you I didn't get to say them.
Well, then say it.
What?
Say it.
Oh, you want me to say them now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The spotlight is on.
No comment. Never mind. Continue.
The ending was actually flowing.
Okay. Watch the other videos. Follow us. Go fuck yourself. We're done.